And our next speaker is a very experienced restorer. Dr. Katarzyna Górecka-Ruszel is from Academy of Fine Arts in Warsaw. She is a painting conservator and a researcher, specializing in easel and wall paintings, especially in Baroque art. Today, she will present how to connect disconnected stories. It's very interesting. Research and discoveries during the conservation of the large-size canvas painting of San Donatus in Kraslava. Yes?
Latvia.
I know Katarzyna also works in Vilnius, in Santa Peter and Paul Church, so the experience, we know this work is very well accepted. So please welcome Katarzyna Górecka-Ruszel.
Thank you for introducing me in such a nice way. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate a lot the possibility of sharing with you my experience, connecting the stories and histories which occurred during the conservation and restoration works on large-size canvas painting from St. Louis Church in Kraslava, in Latvia. Well, the project was financed by the Polonika, National Institute of Polish Cultural Heritage Abroad. It's a part of the Ministry of the Culture. And it was achieved in a very small team, supported by researchers from different fields, as art history, chemistry, technique and technology. The large-size canvas painting, its dimension is 2 per 3 meters, required a comprehensive conservation and restoration works, as well in-depth researches. Initially, it was very hard to link the information, and only a few information we knew about it. So we had from the beginning a lot of questions. Who is the author of the painting? Who commissioned it? Who actually presented on it? What is the technique and technology? The initials of the scent made on one of the plaques of the stretcher of the frame were erased. So the only information we had is a date of creation. It was 1862, 1 year before the January uprising. So, in order to fully understand the context of the painting creation, it was necessary to get some information about the foundation of the church and the city as well. The Kraslava is a small town situated in the eastern part of the Latvia. And in the past, in the 17th century, it belongs to territory of Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. In the 18th century, it was a seat of the Polish family, Platter family. So they are the portraits of the founders. Progenitors, Konstanty Ludwik Platter, he was a Grand Duchy of the Lithuania with his wife. The portraits made by Castaldi, an Italian painter, are placed on a balcony of the organ prospects in the church, in the St. Louis Church. So this is the panorama, how it looked like in the 18th and 19th century. You can see the Platter's Palace and the St. Louis Church. It's picturesquely placed on a board of the Daugava River. Well, the 19th century, it was quite dramatic. The Polish territory was divided into neighbors' powers. So the Kraslava was taken by Russia as a whole region of the Livonia. In the Platter family, the patriotic tradition were very, very strong. So a lot of members of the family died in the November uprising and then in the January uprising. And in the 20th century, you can see the situation. Latvia underwent the Soviet regime of Soviet Union, and it was still 90s when it became democratic, became a country. Come back to the painting. Well, the condition of the painting were very bad, and it was very, very dirty, and the support was deformed. In the upper part, we observed some deformation. They underwent a rheological process, so the excess of the canvas butter in the bottom part. We find also some over paintings. The conservation treatment was achieved in situ in the side chapel of the church. So the painting was taken out from the wall, and then dismantled the frame and the stretcher frame. And we start to clean the backside of the canvas, and found a very, very interesting and important inscription, which made us possible to recognize the painting as a copy of the ancient French master Simon Vouet, pardon, it's a French key comes, French master, and it was repeated, the composition by a German painter, Karl Schwemmer. The name of the German painter was not so good preserved. It was hard to read, but we compare with the archives, and we found the painter with this name connected with Dresden and Munich, with an academic background, a very good copyist. So it's probably him. And here you can see the original painting by Simon Vouet, the apotheosis of Saint Theodore. The painting from Krasława represents St. Donatus. So the copies adapt the model of the iconographic model and transform it to St. Donatus representation. St. Donat was very important for Platter family because they brought relics of this saint from Rome. So you can see the Donatus as a Roman soldier among the tradition, in the gest of praying to the god. It's said that he saved the Roman army attacked by German troops, addressing to the Christian god for help. For this reason, he was venerated as a protector against the rains, fires, and storms, because the god sent the heavy storm and the German troops were killed. So one of the putties handles a textile with a panorama of the city, and after the cleaning, we realized that it's a panorama of Venice. So this is a motif adapted from an iconography of Saint Theodore, a little bit by hazard. Firstly, the painting was exhibited, exposed in the presbytery of the church, as you can see, and then placed in the side chapel. St. Donatus was very popular in the Krasława. So this is a photo of the Saint Feast organized in a square, in a main square market. When it comes to the technique and technology, it's very unique. I think, beginning from the canvas, it's made in a twill wave, which caused a specific net cracking of the ground with the painting layers. The binder we analyzed in the infrared with a Fourier transformation research. So it's based on the casein. It was also checked in gas chromatography. So it's a casein technique, very unique for the easel painting. When it comes to the palette of the author, we had a large choice of the pigments, synthetic like lead white, barium white, very new in the 19th century, calcium carbonate, but also cinnabar, oxide red and yellow, as well cobalt blue combined with a Prussian blue. And the gold of the frame originally was achieved with a gold leaves, but with a big addition of the different metals, so it was easily corrodated and finally covered with a non-original layers. In the part of the glory, the eye of Providence, the rayons of this fragment, was gilded with a silver. And the eye was gilded with a leaf of gold. So during the conservation, we decided with commission to take out old repairs. The painting, it was necessary to clean the face. We used mostly the enzymatic solutions. And it was necessary to impregnate it and consolidate the structure. We avoid a full lining of the backside of the canvas to protect this very, very important inscription. Parallelly, we were working on a stretcher frame. It should to be reinforced, and on a frame. So some reconstruction of the details was done, and consolidation, putties, reinforcement of the wooden structure, and reconstruction of the silver and the golden part. So in the ultraviolet light, we found the traces of the old initials. It was SD, like Sanctus Donatus. So it was a decision to reconstruct them. The color of the frame was unified, and retouching we are done with an aquarelle technique. So the painting was placed in the frame and come back to the wall. It was the state of the painting after conservation, but also it was very important for us, this reconstruction of the context of the piece of art, not only the technical and artistical works. So I get to the final conclusions. We can treat conservation as a connection of disconnected stories. The changing of the political situation can lead to loss of continuity of tradition and culture, result as a blurring of the context and meaning of the works of art. Of course, the knowledge about the author, the knowledge about the iconography, the technology is crucial for the conservation and restoration decision. And at the end, reflection. The project was finished in 2024. So you can see it was it's a very good cooperation with Father Edward Woroniecki, the parish priest, who was deeply involved in the conservation process, and he was also an expert on Kraslava history in the whole region of Latgalia. Unfortunately, a few days ago, I obtained information he passed away. Hopefully, rest in peace. So now the responsibility of the tradition history is on us, is on parishioner people, but also on conservators, restorers. So we are hires to history. Thank you a lot for your attention.
Thank you, Katarzyna. What I can say, bravo, it's perfect work. So it's very amazing. But maybe somebody else can ask and have questions before me. Yeah, please.
Hello,
Hello.
Lucas from Gudina Center. Thank you for the presentation. I have a few questions. So why did, maybe three questions. So first one, why did you choose to work in a place like just not maybe bringing it to Warsaw, or because I guess the working like there in the church, it should have been challenging. So the second question is like, how was it like working as a Japanese, you know, just on your knees? So there was no table. So how do you, I don't know, how did you work through that? And second thing, I've checked a bit about that church. So I saw there like quite similar and maybe even more richer paintings. So are you actually also preparing for other works to prepare them, restore them? So thank you.
So thank you for the question. The situation is like this. It was not allowed to take the painting outside of the Latvia, and this is a commission which decided, and the work was proposed by the National Institute of Polish Heritage Abroad. So they asked me to participate in this. So the painting was chosen by them, and together with the priest, they are decided to start the conservation work. And in the past, in the large-size canvas painting and from the main altar was already restored, and also the mural painting in the main altar. So we can say that it's a continue of the works, and some of the works were achieved in a cooperation with Latvian restorers, with Polish one. So it worked from many years, I think, more than 10 years for sure. And of course, the project working on a big size canvas needed a special logistic, and it's true the background of research are quite limited on a place. So taking samples, sending them, or investigated the painting in situ is of course harder and more complicated. But for the other reason, for the climate reason, for it's sometimes better to keep it on a place. And we organize the chapel like a provisoric studio of restoration, so it was necessary to prepare a kind of the table on the floor, protected with a Melinex, with special films and plastics to organize a little bit the space.
Thank you. Maybe somebody.
Ruta from Pranas Gudinas Restoration Center. I would like to ask, maybe you not mentioned or I didn't hear about did you duplicate the edges of the painting? If yes, then what material was used? And the second question would be about coating on the top of paint layer. You said about enzymatic cleaning. Can you tell a little bit more about this coating?
I didn't understand the first question. What could you repeat, please?
You said that you wanted to avoid the lining process, yes, because of the this writings.
Lining.
Lining.
We avoid total lining.
But you made on the
only
edges.
the stripes. We put the reinforcement kind of stripes of a canvas.
And what glue you used, please?
It was with a Beva 371 with a film of Beva.
Okay,
We
thank
use
you.
it.
And coating like varnish on the top of the paint layer?
Yes, finally we protected the painting with a Damara varnish, stabilized contra UV lights, with a kind of the stabilization inside.
And cleaning was performed with enzymatic?
Enzymatic, it was saliva synthetica, it was a...
Saliva synthetic.
But not only. We used also dimethyl oxide because of this casein varnish, which was very hard to make it thinner. And it was very, very greenish in the structure, and it was very hard to unify it on the whole surface. And the over paintings we took out with aromatic solutions.
Thank you very much.
I think maybe the methodology of cleaning is now a little bit changing in our academy. We introduce a modular cleaning program, but it's from 1 year like this. It functions, so it's based on a different pH of the gel, on water-based. We had a very good experience, but it was before of this experience in.
Okay, I also have the one last question, but maybe these questions will be more in the breaks. About the first view, about the analogies of this composition, have you found some similar or the same compositions made before?
Not really. We found only the original painting of Simon Vouet, and it was mentioned on the backside that it's for sure made on as a basic for this painting. So you can see it's very, very similar. It's a full copy of St. Theodore adapted
Exactly.
for
Yes,
St.
this is
Donatus.
copy.
Only the materials are totally different because the apotheosis of St. Theodore is 17th century Baroque technique. And this one is, the artists use a new materials typical for the 19th century.
And this Simone Vouet composition, where it is?
It's in Paris, it's in France still.
Ah, okay.
Exhibited in a museum, not in a church. But I think that the artist should know it, the original, so should saw it, should working on it. Because it's very, very close to.
Thank you. Thank you, Katarzyna.
Thank you a lot.